Okay, so this is the election. As you see, Joe Biden won. Of course, uh, not by a lot, 290 to 232. Relatively disgusting. Okay, I'm happy Joe Biden won, but that's only because uh, it's only because he was better than um, Donald Trump. That's the only reason why. Um, I'm not too happy about this election. I think Bernie Sanders could have done a much better job. I think he could have seen a blue wave. I think he could have won Ohio, could have won Texas, could have done a really good job at this. And so, as I was expecting for this, and also not expecting at the same exact time, uh, they would say, "Oh, you know, Joe Biden won, but in the House, the Democrats lost some seats, and they said, "Oh my God, we went too far left. That that is the problem. Joe Biden went too far left. The Democrats went too far left. They said too much about defunding the police. Um, all of these things, um, are leading to problems, and are causing the Democrats to lose seats. Um, However, though, the problem is that that's not true at all. Joe Biden and most of the moderates who lost seats were not in favor of defunding the police. Were not in favor of things like Medicare for all. But anyway, regardless of that, well, one, just don't buy into that. That's not true at all. So for Joe Biden, though, okay, he's not my preferred candidate. All right, definitely not. Don't like him. You know, he's just as corrupt as Trump. The Democrats, they're center right. Republicans are far right. That's just how the election is going. And unfortunately, as much as we hate to say it, this is something that we need to understand. You know, Joe Biden is not good. He's not good enough. And the reason why I think Bernie Sanders would have done really well in these states right here, I think, I think it's for an obvious reason. Well, Bernie, gets people excited. Joe Biden didn't. Like what in oh my god, people are saying, oh my god, it's too far left. Bernie's too far left for Americans. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense because, and I mean this, because don't people want these things? Don't people want Medicare for all? Don't these people want these things? People, yeah, okay. So Biden, here's all Biden had. He had, I'm not Trump. I'm not Trump. Trump is bad. I'm not Trump. Okay? But Bernie Sanders had, I'm not Trump, but I'm also not a corrupt guy, and I'm going to do pretty well on this. And that's just how it is. Um, and Bernie Sanders had policies that, I don't know how to put it, got people excited. Made people want to be like, hey, you know, I'll vote for this guy. Maybe he'll bring some change to this world. Maybe we'll do well. Maybe we'll actually get stuff that we want and to actually help out this country. Um, but obviously, that was not the case at all. Um, it is a shame uh, that it was that way. But the thing here is, is the question is, can we push Joe Biden left? Here's how I see it. I would say no. You cannot push Joe Biden left. Joe Biden, here's Joe Biden. He won not because people voted for him. People got excited for him. He won because, and I mean this, he won because basically the conservative basically the right put a lot of donations on him and basically gave him the nomination. And then of course he's up against Trump, so people would rather him over Trump. Biden's not going to go left. He's not going to. He knows. The Democrats, they know what we want. They know that we want Medicare for all. They know that we want free college and Green New Deal and all these things. They know that. This isn't like a huge surprise, and it shouldn't be. The thing that I need to say is that we should be calling out Joe Biden for these 4 years. We need to show people that, okay, see, because these liberals, they're going to sleep. They're done. Trump lost. They're done. They're happy with that. But here's the thing though for this, and I mean this 100%. Why in the whole world, how do I put this? Why in the whole world should we even want to push Joe Biden left? I mean, honestly, like, I'm not trying to insult Joe Biden, but man, he's not like super smart. He's not. I mean, he'll say he's in Iowa when actually he's in Texas. Like, do you really want that guy anyway? Do you even have the leftist policies that we want? I guess it's better than nothing. It's better than him not having leftist policies, but he's not going to have them. He's not going to have those policies. We need to attack Biden. We need to show that we're not dealing with centrism anymore. We're not dealing with Obama-style America. But what we need is Medicare for all. We need these things, and we have to push Joe Biden. Sorry, we can't push Joe Biden, but we have to show people, the voters, that, hey, maybe we can do something else, something new. We don't have to stick to this same old thing of just Obamacare or not Obamacare, or going from neocons to neolibs or whatever it is. We don't have to do that. A lot of people in this country, and I mean this, a lot of people in this country like aren't really that into politics, but like the only thing is like, oh, I just don't like Trump. I don't like Trump. That's it. And that's really all they have. And they just think that, we all think that if we move Joe Biden left again, I mean, I don't know. I just don't see that happening. And this is the best thing that I want out of this. These 4 years, we show liberal voters that liberalism does not work, and we start to get people to go to the left, because we need the left to mobilize. Come on, 2030 is coming up here. Before you know it, the planet will be under an apocalypse, and we know that capitalism is not going to help this planet at all. But I also want to show you this, though. Another thing, once this loads, had it up. Okay, 69% of voters support Medicare for all. This is good news, okay? I don't want that to play. And we need to show that need to get people to mobilize and to say we want Medicare for all, we want Green New Deal, we want this, we want socialism. We don't need liberalism. That is what we need. Period. There's really, I mean, let's see. Support, it also says here, support for Medicare for All has remained consistently strong over the past 2 years, according to a new Hill Harris X poll. 69% of registered voters in April 19th to 20th survey supported providing Medicare to every American, just down one percentage point from October 19th to 20th, 2018 poll, and within polls margin of error. So I would say that we need to prove the popularity of this. We need to say we're done with this stupid shit. Like, come on, are you serious? Are we actually going to put up with Obamacare? Again, all Biden had was I'm not Trump. I'm not Trump. I'm not Trump. I am not Trump. Okay? But what are you going to do? I'm not Trump. That's really all that was. And that's really disgusting. But yes, what I'm hoping for, and what other lefties like me should be hoping for, is during this time, during these 4 years of Biden's presidency, we all see the flaws of centrism, of liberalism, and of capitalism. But see, the sad thing is, though, and I will admit, this is something sad. This is something that is going to play a factor in making it hard. There's all that propaganda out there that says Joe Biden is such a great president. Then there'll also be the propaganda out there by the conservatives that say Joe Biden is not a good president. Joe Biden is bad because we need conservatives. And here's the deal. We need to be louder than those two. We need to say, yes, Joe Biden is not a good president. We agree with you, conservatives. But hey, maybe we should have a system built for the workers and for the people. We need to point out the flaws of Obamacare. We need to point out the flaws of everything. And actually, right now is actually also a good time because the Black Lives Matter, the protests, the fuck racism, fuck systemic racism. Those things, whether you like it or not, that can also convince somebody because we all know, lefties know that Joe Biden, he's not going to go anywhere. Joe Biden, he's not going to do anything for systemic racism. He's not in favor of defunding the police. He's not in favor of ending mass incarceration. He's not in favor of doing pretty much anything that would help to solve systemic racism, except for putting small funds towards teaching and towards education as a whole, towards lower income families with education. That's just pretty much it. So that is how I have to say this. But also just a general rule for this. Okay, we either have people on either leftist or liberals who say great things about Obama, and then we have conservatives who say all the bad things. Why don't we have leftists attacking Obama? Because, yeah, Obama was a relatively bad president overall. Yes, he did some good things, but overall, Obama was a relatively bad president. And I would say from now on that, how do I put it this way? If you ever see a liberal, and I'm telling you this, I'm not saying you go up to liberal and you say you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to teach you everything. But what I am saying though, and I mean this with my whole heart, is you can say, hey, you know what? I disagree with you, and here's why. Obama did all these things that was so bad for this country. You could say, oh, Syria was terrible. ICE was terrible. Just almost everything he did was pretty bad. But yeah, I'll give him credit. The stuff he did it in Iran was pretty good. Not gonna lie. Um, but let's. I want this. I want these 4 years to be an improvement. No, Joe Biden himself and the Congress and the House or whatever it is, they're not going to change anything to this country. But we need the voters. We need us to change because as much as I am on leftist Twitter and I'm on leftist Instagram, I'm on BreadTube. That's only a small part of the world of this country, I should say. Not, I mean, whether you are a lefty like me or you're one of my friends who are liberals or whoever it is, you gotta acknowledge that most people, the vast majority of people, do not go on YouTube, and watch BreadTubers. They also don't go on leftist Twitter. They also don't follow all these leftist Instagrams. Most of them just watch CNN or Fox News, and that's it. What, you think CNN is going to say anything? You think CNN is going to say anything knowledgeable? You realize most people who've learned things about this country and about systemic racism are usually people who did it through activism on Instagram or reading about it online. I mean, what? You really think CNN or Fox News is going to address the issue, going to talk about the issue? It's relatively amazing what can be done here with this. But overall, I would say talk to liberals. Sit down with them, have a discussion, say, hey, you know what? I'm glad Trump's out of office. I'm sure you are too. But Joe Biden, he has lots of flaws. Let's discuss Joe Biden. And then we can also discuss this guy named Barack Obama. We can talk about him too. We can talk about the history of this country, and we can talk about what 2030 what the world will be like if we don't do anything for climate change by 2030. That's it. It's not hard. It's not anything traumatizing. You know, that's just how I see it. That's how I want a lot of people to see it. But there are people though who won't be convinced. Okay, I acknowledge that. But just imagine though, Bernie Sanders was up against Donald Trump. Like, let's say Bernie was debating Donald Trump. Okay, Trump's all up against you're socialism. You're a socialist. I hate socialism. Oh my God, socialism is going to kill us all. Bernie's going to be like, what are you talking about? I like Medicare for all. I want to give people health care. I want to give workers a lot of power in this country. Like, Trump's going to look like an idiot, when he's debating. You know what I mean? Also, something too is just imagine. I mean, and I may have mentioned this earlier. I can't remember, but think about Texas. You understand that the number of Hispanics that didn't want to vote for Joe Biden, and you realize if Bernie Sanders was on there, yeah, they'd be voting for Bernie for sure. Texas would have gone blue. There's just no debate over that. Ohio, I would say yes. would have gone blue. Okay, of course, all these blue states I think probably would have gone to Bernie. I don't see any reason why any of these. I did hear Kyle Kulinski though on Sector Talk say that Bernie would not have gone to Arizona. I don't know. Georgia, maybe not. I don't know. But I think he could have turned a lot of these red states blue. And I've also talked about this in the past with a lot of my friends and stuff. That the DNC was rigged. The DNC rigged the primaries. But what do you know? Maybe next election AOC will run in 2024, and the DNC won't rig it. No, I'm just kidding. Of course they're going to rig it. Of course they won't care. Nancy Pelosi and all those people, they hate AOC. And AOC is farther left than Bernie Sanders. It's going to be interesting in 2024 because I also think that Trump he might run again. And then actually, I'll say this too. I agree with Kyle Kulinski on this one. I think if Trump runs again, I think that's going to be very positive because some Republicans, like Mitt Romney or some others, are like, I want to move past Trump. I really do. But we need the Republicans to be split. Okay. At this point, we want no Republican in power. And of course, yes, we don't want a Democrat in power either. But we want the Republicans to be split, and we want the Democrats to actually, in some way, kind of not be split, because as a lot of people have been a lot of lefties have been saying bad things about AOC, have been saying, oh my God, she's so bad. That's because AOC wants to unite the Democrats. But it's impossible. I don't think that's possible. Regardless of whether you want it to happen. If in these 4 years we mobilize, we speak up, we do the things that we are supposed to do, we go out there and we say, we're not dealing with Joe Biden. And also something too is, if you're worried about your friend stop talking to you because of your political opinions, I'm sorry. Yes, that is maybe something you don't want to do. Okay? And try to avoid arguments. Try to avoid, a situation where you're throwing the wine glass at your friend because your friend is in favor of capitalism. Obviously, I don't want that to happen. Obviously, that would be just disgusting if that happened. But you can still do a lot of great things, with this. Okay, Trump's gone. See, the thing is, though, and I can't remember if I said this or not, but we're going to be done attacking Trump. We're done with that, because you know what the thing is, honestly, if all it is just attacking Trump, it's liberalism, and it also means anything that's not Trump is good. But if we attack Biden, and we attack the whole entire system, and we've already established that Donald Trump is bad, that the Republicans are bad, people might move left. We need that to happen. We really do. But also, I'm going to go back to that 69% of voters support Medicare for all. Okay? Back to that for a little bit. Don't let people... If you hear anyone say that Medicare for all is not popular, tell them this. Tell them the poll is 69% support. 69% of voters support Medicare for all. What's wrong with that? Oh my God. Jeez. I ask everyone here watching this video, even though I don't think I have many, if any at all, right now, because this is a small YouTube channel at this moment. But Medicare for All is something that we can definitely pass, that we can definitely do, that people will be in favor of. People are not going to riot over this. Okay, maybe some Republicans, maybe some crazy people, but if they want to riot over it, I guess that's their right. But I'll say this. We need people to know these things. These 4 years, critical 4 years. I'm not saying you have to go around to everyone and just, preach 25